Jeffrey Epstein files are being released in real time to an unbelievable degree. Everyone's getting exposed. There's this entire network of people that are trying to, for the sake of YouTube monetization, date children, and that is pretty horrible. Now, the insane released campaign finance records show that from 1990 to 2018, Jeffrey Epstein directed 89% of political contributions to Democrats and progressive causes, including Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and Chuck Schumer. No one's surprised by this. So anyway, the Epstein files ended up becoming the Democrat files. It became the Clinton files. Leaking the Epstein files. Think you finally got Trump. Exposes their own party extent. Now, the crazy reality is, and this is going to be a little bit controversial, the left is the party of pedophile. Not trying to be controversial here or anything, but it really is the pedo party extraordinaire. I mean, there was just literally a vote in the White House, in the Congress, criminalizing trans procedures for children, all right? We're talking about mutilating kids. The final vote was 216 to 211. 211 people voted to mutilate children. Are we on the same page? Of these 211, 207 were leftists. I think this is absolute insanity that it was this close. I mean, thank God, honestly, we are moving in the right direction culturally, but we literally had 49% of Congress vote to chop the penises off kids. All right, honestly, the pedo party for real. And you keep seeing it more and more and more. Netflix has been, dropping shows like this, and there's an unlimited amount of them.
Correct response. Like cotton candy clouds floating in a blue sky. Banafi will slide that runway.
Drag queen children, ladies and gentlemen. Transgender drag queen kids.
Banafi, tell us why you chose this delicious dress.
As a transberry, I love living out loud as my most authentic...
Disgusting! Disgusting! Honestly, gross. You're gonna burn in hell. That's not my prescription. That's God's. What are we doing? So yeah, anyway... Straight up child grooming on a massive scale. All right, here's a drag show. And as you can see, there's 5-year-olds at the drag show. Dude, how is this not public indecency? I don't understand. All right, Vice, the journalists over at Vice, ran a 3-minute piece celebrating a 6-year-old transgender drag queen.
My name is Asa. I am 6 years old, and I do drag.
Get out of here! This is horrible. This is a nightmare. Like, I literally want to throw up in my own mouth. This is disgusting. So yeah. The pedo party, the groomer party, also, the owners of Roblox are the part of the pedo party. So, we know Roblox for a lot of the crazy shit that goes on in Roblox, specifically how it's a kid site where there are a bunch of groomers running around on Roblox that, honestly, the people that are running Roblox are not doing anything about it. Well, surprise, surprise, everybody. They want to release a dating site for 13+ users on Roblox. What is with leftists and children that they want to date and groom? What is going on? Well, I hope Shoe on Head has the answer to this question, because Shoe on Head just released a video, dating apps for kids. And I'm very excited to see what she has to say about this, because unfortunately this is a rabbit hole I am familiar with, as in I know about it, but I never really delved too deep into it myself. I do, however, believe that it is the godless heathen party that is absolutely pushing some of the most degenerate shit possible of all time. It is horrible, and it begs the question, why are they trying to import a certain religion that literally idolizes and prays to a pedophile? I am not going to say which religion it is. It wasn't a Jewish doctor. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to say which religion, but there's one religion specifically that's getting imported that specifically worships a pedophile. Not going to say which religion. If you are thinking of the religion yourself, all right, if you're thinking of the religion yourself, then you are the one that's phobic. All right, I didn't say it. So if you thought of it, that means it came from you. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's see, more leftists trying to groom children or something.
Ho ho ho! It is I, a jolly elf from the North Pole, here to do Santa's bidding. Let's see if you are on the nice or naughty list this year. Oh, that is a interesting internet history. Naughty list. Hell!
Damn!
Hell even. But don't you worry, Santa has a special gift for you. Yes, here it is. Merry Christmas. Man-made horrors beyond your comprehension.
I don't even know what that is.
Now I know what you are probably thinking.
You're right. You know what I'm probably thinking. that saying the N-word is inherently more moral than trying to have children dating each other. So, yeah, I know, that is what I was thinking. I was thinking that racism is way, way better than grooming children. That's what I was thinking. I'm sure some people are going to think that's a bad thing. But I think if we normalize racism a little bit more as a replacement for pedophilia, then I think that society would be a little bit better. That's what I was thinking. That is actually what I was thinking.
A dating app for children?
That is not what I was thinking. That was not what I was... Stop.
Gotta be more to that, right? That can't be it. We're not at that level yet, right?
It's been compared to Tinder, but for young teens.
Wait, it's real? Wait, it's real? I thought this was like kind of a joke. Tinder for kids? No.
Wizz is an app where users as young as 12 years old can swipe and meet new friends randomly.
This is literally pedophilia central. This isn't real. They're just straight up dropping pedo apps. Yo, government, what are you doing? What is the point of you? Literally, what is the point of the government? If not, literally, to prevent exactly this from happening. But Nux, it's freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Dude, every pedophile hits you with the free speech. Shouldn't child porn be protected under freedom of speech? Says some head-scratching retard leftoid like Vosh. Get out of here. What are we doing? Well, I mean, we all know why the government's not banning this. It's because the government's probably using this.
And it can be a minefield.
There's a lot of like weird people on there. They like to ask for...
The Canadian Centre for Child Protection says
of course it's Canadian. Obviously, those people are retarded. Dude, I'm telling you, man, the woke brain rot in like some of these Western countries that are literally killing ourselves. It's like, bro, we're trying to appeal to a new voter base that we just imported. The pedophile voter base in our country will be so happy about this. Dude, I'm laughing because otherwise I'd cry.
Received more than 180 reports about Wizz in the last year and a half.
So I did a little research and found that Wizz is actually a lot worse than people think it is. And it's also not the first or the last of its kind. In fact, there are shockingly many dating apps for kids out there. Or friendship apps, as they like to call themselves. So in this video, we are going to talk about the rising disturbing trend of these friendship apps. And then we're going to actually look at what is happening inside these friendship apps. I actually posted about this on Twitter the other day, and people were like bamboozled that this was actually a real thing.
I follow Shu, and she's so funny. Like, sometimes she'll just comment on something, and it just blows my mind. Like, how did you find this?
I don't find it. It finds me.
That's a
There
problem.
is so much insanity happening on the news every single day. I try to bring you guys the craziest stories, but honestly, it gets hard to keep up. Thankfully, I have an app for that. So before we get into this deep dive, let's quick the liberal news outlets are 2 4 were right-wing political bias.
All right, let's hear the ad.
My favorite Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers an easy and transparent way to read news from all across the political spectrum. From left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on the Ground News app is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that were covered by one side of the political spectrum, but ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Mike Pence is calling on RFK Jr. to step down. Oh no, the girls are fighting. 16 news sources covered this.
You mean to tell me Mike Pence, the guy that beefed with Trump, doesn't like the new Trump administration? That's crazy.
10 were right-wing, and only 1 was left-wing, which is weird because, like, why wouldn't you want to cover some juicy infighting, right?
Yeah, true.
Well, because the liberal news outlets are too busy covering the results of Trump's MRI scan. He has no idea what they analyzed. 42 news sources covered this, and only 4...
Bro, the left... dude, these people are nightmares. It's like, yes, Biden, the apex of health. Trump, I don't know, man.
Were right-wing. Ground News also makes it really fun and easy to compare.
No, I've actually been paying attention to the right-left split on certain topics recently also, and I'll tell you the reality is it's a little terrifying, all right? Minnesota is caught in a $18 billion fraud scheme that definitely implicates government officials. It's literally not being talked about on the left. It's literally not even being discussed. Like, there are so many topics that they're just like, you know, you want to hear a nuclear drop? You're gonna lose your mind when you see this, because this isn't on any left-wing news that I saw. Let me find it. Look at the stats at the end of the year. The GDP hit 4.3%. Expectation was 3.3%. Strongest quarter since 2023. Inflation at 2.7%. Expectation 3.1%. The lowest rate since 2021. High growth, low inflation as promised. Literally, this is, by the way, incredible. This isn't just pretty good. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. All the experts were wrong. And this literally wasn't even covered anywhere in the news.
To show how political bias can affect framing. For example, this left-wing outlet covered how Kamala Harris said Democrats are very much stuck in the past. And a right-wing outlet covered the exact same story with this headline, Kamala Harris got something right for a change. Honestly, true. I've been using Ground News for years because it is a great and easy way to stay informed, and it really helped me see how both sides can frame the same story so differently. Yeah. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering
the Nobel Peace Center, who gave the Nobel Peace Prize to Barack Obama and Yasser Arafat. Wow, that's an endorsement I take seriously.
20% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. It's only $5 a month, which is like basically the price of a coffee nowadays. And it is so worth it. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description. So thank you, Ground News, for sponsoring this video. And thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad.
I was gonna, and I didn't skip the ad.
Right.
That's right.
And now, back to the video. Now, little known fact, Tinder was the original Tinder for kids. No, I'm not joking. Tinder used to have a 13 to 17.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, these people are psychos. Like, these people are literal psychos.
Section. Kinder, if you will. Tinder eventually got rid of it in 2016, but the market for a Tinder for kids was apparently still there. So it wasn't long before people saw dollar signs and created their own friendship apps. There are many friendship apps on the App Store for minors, like Yubo, Hoop, Perp, Scoot, Badoo. What in
I've never heard of any
Dr.
of these things.
Is this? The Skadoos were on their Badoo app, sending their whoos pictures of their kazoos. Back in my day, we didn't have Tinder for kids.
No,
okay?
This is some demonic shit. I don't think kids should be allowed on social media. Period. I feel like social media should not be allowing kids on them to make accounts. All right, like to watch videos on YouTube without an account. That's fair, but I don't think children should be able to have social media accounts in general. Any social media. Discord, Twitter, Instagram, I just think it should not at all be legal.
We had wholesome gangs on Habbo Hotel and Club Penguin. Whatever happened to getting good old-fashioned groomed on Skype? The main friendship app currently making headlines right now is Wizz. Wizz, the Tinder for Kids app, exposes kids to predators.
No shit.
Congress must act. Congress? Half of Congress is probably on this f***ing app. You expect me to believe the government currently protecting Jeffrey Epstein is going to do something about the Jeffrey Epstein?
That's why it's so frustrating, man. That's why this is so frustrating. It's unbelievable. It's like the government's like, we're here to protect you from outside forces. And they are the outside forces. Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. We're literally electing pedophiles.
Epstein app? New York City teens told the Post that Wizz, which is available to users 13 and older, is similar to a dating app in the way you swipe through profiles, and that some underage users are relying on it to arrange hookups with strangers, including adults. It's like Tinder for kids, a 16-year-old high school senior from Manhattan told the Post. Like, literally, when you think of Tinder, that's what it is. Trying to hook up or...
How do you know that? How do you know that, 16-year-old Jada Masonette? Okay, did I just... What the fuck just happened? I feel like I just smacked something. Bro, what happened? I lost the video. I lost it. It's gone. It left. It's gone. I can't believe Shuan had banned me from her video about Tinder for kids. Oh god, that sounds so...
Many of the profile photos are thirst traps, with girls in sports bras and boys posting shirtless selfies. It's marketed as a wholesome app when it's actually not a wholesome app. There have already been multiple arrests.
Dude, when I saw that they wanted to add dating to Roblox, I literally lost faith that the government was ever going to do anything about any of this garbage. Roblox is literally a game for like kids aged 7 to 13, okay? And you literally have that, and they literally want to make it a dating app. If that's not the most insane thing I've ever heard, like, I don't know, man. I don't see the appeal. Well, I guess you're not a pedophile. But if you were a pedophile, you would see the appeal. That's the problem, sir. Wow, I'm really glad we were able to speak that one out.
The country of adult predators sexually assaulting teens they met on the app. In Washington, a 23-year-old man
By
was—
the way, speaking of adult predators sexually assaulting teens that they're finding on the app, I think that a lot of people don't realize that American culture is changing rapidly, largely due to mass immigration. All right, I'm gonna hit you with the nuclear take. What's the name of that pedophile catcher guy? Chris Hansen. Did I not save this? Yeah. Get ready for me to hit you with a truth nuke. All right, we do not even know how to deal with our own culture. All right, we don't know what to even do with our own culture right now.
An increase in illegal immigrants being caught in our stings across the country. And
This guy's a pedophile catcher, and he does sting operations where he catches pedophiles.
It seems today that we can't do a sting, whether we're in the South or the Midwest or West Coast or East Coast, without catching somebody who's in this country illegally.
Did you hear what he said? When I heard this, I literally started shaking. I was so mad. I literally started shaking. I was so upset. He can't do pedophile sting operations without catching illegal aliens. We are literally importing people into our country that do not share our same value systems. Chris Hansen, host of To Catch a Predator, says every single time he sets up a sting to catch pedophiles, it's an illegal. What the actual fuck, man? We're literally importing people that are... And so we don't understand the fabric of our own culture right now. We don't even understand the fabric of our own culture. And we're introducing this shit that will be obviously manipulated by the worst of us.
Was charged with rape earlier this year after meeting up with a 12-year-old girl on Wizz. The victim told police he claimed to be 15. A 19-year-old Marine in Hawaii was charged with an 11-year-old girl he met on the app. And a 27-year-old Chicago man is facing charges for sexually assaulting several teenage girls he met on Wizz while also pretending to be a teen. In 2024, Florida's Department of Law Enforcement arrested a 20-year-old man for using a computer to solicit a minor, after investigation revealed he was speaking to a 14-year-old girl on Wizz while purporting to be 16. Okay, so not only like 20-something-year-old adults were pretending to be younger, but younger people were pretending to be older. How the f is there no age verification on this app? At Wizz, the safety and well-being of our teen users is our highest priority.
Yeah, obviously not, or you wouldn't exist.
Oh, that's good to hear. Wizz uses sophisticated AI safety algorithms for age verification. You what? You're relying on AI?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, AI is like special layers of retarded. Sometimes AI is just unbelievably stupid. I did this the other day. Where's Grok? I did this the other day and it blew me away. All right. What number is bigger? 9.11 or 9.9? Get ready. Get ready. Damn it. Last time it literally got it wrong. Last time it said 9.11 is bigger than 9.9. So anyway, it changed its mind. But it literally used to be wrong. I did this and it got it wrong last time. That's how you know AI is not there yet, man.
The safety of children on your website? May I remind you, we are still in the very early stages of AI. It's nowhere near where it has to be to handle important things like this. To handle verifying people's ages on a dating website for minors. What the f?
Really, Wizz is designed to connect kids with strangers. And furthermore, they allow both kids or both teens and adults onto the app. And they claim that they separate the kids from the adults by robust age verification tools. But I personally have tested those tools, and 3 times, every single time I tested them, I was able to create an account as a 16-year-old, and I was put into a category where I was encouraged to date 15 to 17-year-olds.
Like, tell me why I saw a 20-something-year-old say they were 16 and easily get into Wizz.
Verify your age. To make sure you connect with people your age, we need to verify yours. Age verified. That didn't take...
Or this 20-something-year-old that said they were 15.
Age verification. Age verified, fun start sound. What is that?
What's at stake here is that adults, particularly adult men, can pose as 15-year-old boys and hook up with teenage girls or teenage boys for that matter. It's as simple as that. Stephen Balcom, founder of the Family Online Safety Institute, told the Post. Stephen Balcom,
Family Online Safety Institute, very cool.
Was able to sign up for Wizz as a teen. Oh wow, he must look pretty young. Oh no. It's honestly just incredible to me that this idea was pitched to people.
Yes, we should, I think you would date a nice 15-year-old girl. Are you a kid? Yes, okay.
Oh no. It's honestly just incredible to me that this idea was pitched to people like Tinder for kids, and nobody in that boardroom immediately got up and punched that guy.
They saw dollar signs and that was it.
guy in the head. This idea should have never been spoken into the world. This is a curse.
Like, the people that made this app saw dollar signs, and the government that's protecting this app saw kids. Honestly, it's pretty horrible that we're living in this society like this, man. Like, we gotta take back our country. This is retarded.
Upon our lands. The CEO should be trapped inside of a crystal for 1,000 years. So who are the geniuses behind Wizz? Let's take a look. Oh, it's just a bunch of nerds. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. Okay, so the CEO, Thomas Don.
You try to say this man's last name and not get banned on Twitch. Oh my god. It's the ultimate trap. It's the ultimate trap. Bro, this guy hits you with the ultimate 1-2 punch. It's like he invents Tinder for kids, and then you try to call him out, and you lose your job. Bro, that's not a real name.
Can I say that? Now, I know what you're thinking, and
I'll be real here. I was like 99% Jew. I was 99% sure that it was going to be like a woke Jew. The creator of this app, his name is Adel Scheckelberg, and I was like, yeah, well, anyway, thank God it was a guy whose last name was the N-word. You know, we take those.
yes, he is French. It's always the French
God,
behind this.
French people!
Cutie is now this. It's seriously time we start asking the French question.
I mean, we see who the French are importing into their country, right?
Believe it or not, this is not the first time Wizz has been under fire. Last year, Apple...
What's the 1%? What does that mean? Oh, you said you're 99% Jew. I meant 99% sure. It was a Freudian slip because I probably have like Attila the Hun as one of my great-grandparents or something. I don't know. I mean, you never really know. All right,
actually had to remove it from the App Store because of sextortion controversies.
Bro.
Apple removed the app Tuesday after the National Center of Exploitation contacted the company with concerns about the alleged use of Wizz in sextortion scams.
I mean, to be fair, they're French. What did you expect? Like, the French love little boys.
Extortion is an increasingly
The French love little boys.
Common online crime in which people are enticed to send sexually explicit photos. Once the photos are sent, the receiver of the images threatens to share them online or with family or friends unless the victim sends money.
Oh my god! Wait. So this is literally like it didn't get shut down for pedophile sex trafficking. It got shut down because of blackmail. Dude, I bet you they caught some government official, and then they started blackmailing him for money. I'll release your nudes, sir, unless you give us money. I'll even say it was on Tinder for kids.
John Sheehan, Senior Vice President of the Exploited Children Division and International Engagement for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, said his organization has received more than 100 reports from members of the public about minors allegedly extorted on Wizz this year, putting the app behind only Snapchat and Instagram for such reports. So because there was extortion allegedly from Wizz, they had to shut it down. And this is the public statement Wizz came out with. Are you ready for this? Hey there, just wanted to drop in with a quick heads up. Wizz is currently taking a break from the app stores due to a technical hiccup. We're working super hard to get everything sorted out and back to normal ASAP. Here's the deal. If you uninstall Wizz during this time, you won't be able to re-download it until we're back up and running in the App Store. So we recommend hanging tight. We're really sorry for any inconvenience this may cause. We appreciate your patience and support. Stay tuned for the update, and in the meantime, keep enjoying Wizz. Thanks for being part of our Wizz family.
Oh my god, this is like literally YouTuber apology level garbage. Zero accountability for sextortion of children. Oh my god.
Oopsie poopsie with the wilfky wucky. And when they were allowed back on the App Store, this was their announcement. I'm
literally shocked. Cause of death being too good. Too good at getting children raped, I guess. Damn. Wizz be like, we were just too good at the game. Jeffrey Epstein's numbers were looking a little bit low, and we felt the need to step up. They really tried to handicap us from taking that Jeffstein spot. Yeah. Everyone's talking about the files this, the files that, but what about our files? We're just too good at the game. Don't hate the players, hate the game. Bro, this is crazy. This is insane. That means it was around from 2019. You got kids getting sextorted on this app since 2019, and only now they decided to actually do something about it. Probably when it hit some government official by accident. This is crazy. Everything that I'm saying, by the way, is jokes and alleged. All right, I'm not actually making any claims about the evil doings of this app. I am just speaking in hyperbole and jokes. Please don't sue me, incredibly rich pedophiles. I do not want to deal with that. Okay, just making that clear.
I'm back.
That's not real. They didn't post like solo leveling, I win with the Wizz app for coming back after infinite child rape. Oh my God. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Not that Wizz had anything to do with the infinite child rape, obviously. Obviously, I'm not accusing anyone of any wrongdoing. Obviously not doing that.
Imagine, if you will, getting banned off the App Store because of controversies surrounding extortion of minors. And then being like, we're back, bitches!
Bro, this is literally Jeffrey Epstein. This is gonna be Ghislaine Maxwell walking out of prison after she gets a presidential pardon from either Trump or the next guy. Who knows? All right? She gonna walk out there and be like, yeah, baby! Nux, do you get sued often? I've gotten sued before. I've gotten cease and desists. I've been there. You know, we try our best. But that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's absolutely insane.
Audacity. We're still working on getting back on the store. We miss you guys. Stay strong. I like the hashtag attempt here. Nobody is using that. It sounds like a rapper. Free my
Hashtag free Wizz. Hashtag free Wizz. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is crazy. Hashtag free Ghislaine Maxwell. Hashtag let him out.
A homie Lil Wizz, he ain't done nothing. Okay, so what exactly is on
Tubba Bubba
this app? Well, I am about to show you. I will be getting these screen caps from other videos about this topic because there is no fucking way I am downloading any of these apps onto my device,
True,
okay? I am on way too many lists already. Anyway, here are some examples.
Dude, every single person on that app needs to get investigated. That's what I'm saying. Every person, every adult that was revealed to have been on this app needs to go to jail immediately and die. Legally die. I'm not calling for violence. I'm calling for legal death. All right? Penis crucifixion. You know, this is how I envision it. All right? First of all, I wanted to just say to everyone watching, Merry Christmas. Second of all, I would like to celebrate Christmas by crucifying these people by their dicks. All right? In the name of the holiday. All right? Okay, maybe that's getting a little extreme. Maybe we're going a little too far. I like Christmas. I think it's a nice holiday. And it would be even nicer if we would crucify all the pedophiles. That's my incredibly hot take. Okay? Oh my God.
Profiles on these friendship apps. Back on here, I guess. 5, 10, 16, don't send. Hit me up. I'm a good listener. Don't be dry. Don't send. LOL. I don't send. Friendly 304. Older girls are on top. 15. Look at the little Roblox icon. I don't send, so don't try. I don't send. Don't ask. So if you are not aware what these people mean when they say don't send, they are saying they do not send private photos. May I remind you that this is an app marketed towards minors, and these minors feel the need to put in their profiles that they do not send nudes to strangers.
And also you have to realize these are children. They're literally children. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. They don't know what's embarrassing and what's not embarrassing. Like, you don't think an adult can manipulate these people? Dude, what a nightmare. What an actual nightmare.
That is how prevalent that is on this app. They feel like they have to go out of their way to say they don't do it. This one literally has to say, I don't send, stop asking. Bro, what the? Trades, 17. I'll send, 14. Wow, those are some interesting names they have there in Australia. How exotic. My shit big, by the way. 16 years old. No Bill Cosby shit, but if bitches sleeping on me, then I'm good.
What the hell?
Hit me up if you are a girl that plays variety games, listens to music, and has a decent amount of beauty, so I can actually appreciate you. I don't date gays or black. Teen mom, if you have a problem.
The kids are alright. The kids are alright. That was a joke. That was a fuck.
Keep swiping. 14. I like it in the back door.
Oh my God.
Violet. 15.
Do you understand how sad it is that these kids feel the need to get attention like this? Do you understand how tragic it is? Teen mom at 14? Get out of here. Teen mom at 14. Yikes, dude. Oh my God, bro. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. I don't know if it's true, though. It might be. It might not be. Who knows? Who knows? Literally, who knows? Look, man, I've had family members that are doctors. I know. I'm really living into the Jewish stereotype here. I have family members that are doctors that had patients that were 14 and pregnant and younger than that. Coming from a school with, like, a rash, like, to a dermatologist, like a skin doctor. It's like, I have this weird rash. What is that? And the doctor, my relative, was like, this rash is a side effect of pregnancy. Bro, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, bro.
15. I like it in the back door. Violet. 15. Pull up for and smoking. Bring me a nick, though.
How the fuck is this legal?
DM to rate eggplant. Oh man, I sure love friendship apps. My favorite activity to do with the homies, with the bros, rating each other's friendship. I don't send. You should obsess over me. 15, it's wrong. If you're a sub and a masochist, text me now. Be my yonde, be my psychopath.
Oh my God.
Someone please come collect your daughter. Oh my God. 6'3", foot.
I mean, we all know the reality is that kid doesn't have a father at home. I don't know, man. You know, I'll be real. You know my opinion? Removing God from the public space in every possible way to teach people right from wrong and immorality from morality, that was the first thing that happened that I think caused all of this. The second thing was radical feminism getting people divorced. Now you got lots of kids with no dads, with no actual moral beacon, like religion or whatever, to guide them in any way. And then this happens. And then you have the government that's literally working hand in hand with pedophiles, being more than happy to make this exist.
Football. Text me with Riz. I have a whimper audio, so ask to see. Holy shit, someone please come collect your son. Where are the freaks at? 15 years old asking where the freaks are at. Sir, I do not doubt at all. Several freaks are viewing your profile. Rate me 1 out of 10. Middle school, about to be 13. God. They have their age set to 17, but they're actually 13, so again, great job. The state-of-the-art AI technology at work. GP says I'm 24 years old without makeup. My 34-year-old haggard ass. I'm sorry if I do not trust fucking clankers to handle something like this. Let's take a look at what actual teenagers are saying about this app.
When I was 13, I was like watching anime and playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, I was reading the Bible and I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! All right. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. What are the kids doing these days?
Is Wizz safe? No, I got sent CP on it. Bruh, I got asked, do you trade so many times? Most people on there are horny for real.
Yeah,
got way too many PP pics from people. No, literally at this point, Wizz has become a child-friendly Tinder. The things I saw were horrifying. 15-year-olds posting videos of themselves twerking, 14-year-olds calling themselves bottoms, 13-year-olds putting shit in their bios like, I'll send if you send. My sister is using a dating app for teens called Wizz, and honestly I find it really unhealthy. She spends a lot of time talking to guys she barely knows. The worst part is my mom does nothing about it. I've been punished for way less, but my
Notice how dad wasn't brought up.
Sister never gets any real consequences.
Wow,
I'm just trying.
Why isn't this person bringing up their dad? Are any of you realizing yet? Have you realized mom thinks this is brave and empowering, but dad, well, dad's out of the picture because mom divorced him. Wow.
I protect her, but she thinks I'm against her, and I'm really scared that one day this could end badly. To you, older brother, please protect yourself.
Yeah, to you, older brother, because there's no dad in the family. Do you understand how tragic this is? Do you understand how insane this is? Wow. Like, I literally called it, too. It's like, of course, it's up to the older brother, the man of the house. The man of the house is actually looking out for this person, and, well, I mean, let's be real. The mom doesn't give a shit. Look, I'm not saying that moms don't care about kids. Obviously, they do. But I think they're more scared of a kid getting run over by a car than their kid literally cutting their penis off and becoming transgender. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess, but dads don't stand for that. That's why almost every single time you have trans kids, it comes from like a single mom household. Almost every single time.
Sister, she may hate you in the moment, but she will thank you in the future. Oh my god, and the fact that his mom doesn't care. This is giving me like actual
to be honest, we all know why the mom doesn't care.
Anxiety. Here's my catch. If you're a guy, it's hard. Watch ads to get 5 coins, and once you reach 250, start the boost to get more requests. Oh, it's one of those watch ads to get coins sort of apps, of course.
Yeah,
so
it's a money-making machine.
What are the ads these 13 to 17-year-olds being forced to watch in order to get coins or whatever? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what type of ads are on these friendship apps. Safe chat room. Enjoy private chats with gorgeous online.
God.
Gets our 1v1 video chat. Please tame me. I wanna. AI generate. Not safe for work. Dirty call and come fast. Free.
These are the ads on dating apps for kids.
Video chat with naughty hot girl. Now I know every single social media has an issue with this. Every single one from Instagram to Twitter, there's always an issue of preying on minors on social media.
True.
But these apps...
Solution? No minors should be allowed on social media. Literally none. They should not be allowed to make social media accounts.
In particular, are created with weird intentions from the get-go. Like, why does a 13-year-old kid need an app like this, where they swipe on photos of people and, like, plan to meet them in person? They just don't need an app like this. The bad that potentially comes with it completely outweighs, like, any of the good that can come from an app like this. I remember when, like,
That's hilarious. You think that they make these apps for good? They make these apps to make money, and the politicians protect these apps because they are some of the app's whales. Okay? Alright, let's understand for a second. That's exactly what's going on.
Talk to strangers online was like the big thing. That was like the main internet rule. That and don't believe everything you see on the internet, which is funny now coming from the boomer generation that thinks like this is real on Facebook.
Oh, dude, there's so many of these, man.
Meanwhile,
He's
now
got like millions of views because boomers are like, fat person.
Nowadays, apps like this are literally marketing themselves to minors like meet strangers on the internet. As a teenager, it is like the
because I think a lot of kids feel pretty lonely. I think society is literally teaching kids to be lonely and not actually develop actual meaningful relationships. So the obviously replacement to that is the online ones where people will pay attention to you, unfortunately.
Optimal time to like meet friends in real life. Like that is when it is the easiest, because it gets really hard to meet friends as an adult. It gets hard as fuck to meet friends as an adult. Like everyone's already established, everyone already has their friends, and like if you try to make friends with someone, you feel like a fucking like weirdo freak. Like when I moved to the
city, which is why I'm antisocial. I don't try to make friends with people. Based, let's go. No, I'm kidding. But the reality is, like, I'm cordial and friendships pop up. Like I get to know people from my community. You want to know something incredible? You want to know something incredible? If you have family, like actual family or long-standing friends, that's great. But if you don't have friends, you want to know a really good way to make friends? If you're an adult, I'm not talking about kids. Kids, you have school. Get the fuck out of here. You get the fuck out. Honestly, I don't even know why you're watching my videos at all. Kids is not for you. I'll be honest. But you have a community. You have church. All right, temple. All right, synagogue if you're Jewish. All right, you get to know people that share similar values to you just by the fact that you're next to each other in some collective cultural moment. Also, Roblox. I mean, you can always... Okay, that was a joke. Don't make friends on Roblox.
I tried Bumble BFF. I think I've told the story before. Sorry if I told the story before in a video. Not much happens in my life, so if I repeat stories, I'm sorry. I tried Bumble BFF and the only person I matched with was a furry. Anyway, my point is, I don't think 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old, whatever, they shouldn't be meeting strangers off of the internet. Like, at the very least, what these apps are doing are normalizing hookup culture. Basically grooming them into hookup culture, one of the most toxic aspects of modern society, in my opinion. But these companies do not care. These companies don't care because...
I love how... you want to know something pretty hilarious? And this is pretty insane. This is pretty incredible. Everyone's like, hookup culture is so bad. How do we get here? You realize the solution to all of these things are just actually living a conservative, traditional lifestyle, right? You do realize the solution to, like, all the problems you just mentioned is just actually being a regular conservative guy that follows traditional biblical values. As far as the left tries to run away from basic traditional biblical values, the further they just realize that is just objectively and morally the best lifestyle you could possibly have. It's crazy.
At the end of the day, they are making a profit. It's not surprising at all that a lot of these apps showed up during COVID, during lockdowns, when many teenagers and kids were really lonely. Like I said before, the app is apparently full of ads, freaky ass ads. And you can buy like all this extra stuff on the app. There's like in-app purchases. There's like the fucking burger bundle, whatever the hell that is. I like how this is so blatantly like a French person's idea of like, this is like a French person's idea of like marketing to the United States. Oh, Americans.
Do you have
would you like the burger bundle? So you can have a
missed opportunity for a Pink Panther reference.
10-year-old girl on your, how you say, wee wee. One of the biggest issues though, besides the normalization of hookup apps, is the fact that this app is mainly used by minors to trade photos with other minors. A lot of people, a lot of teenagers especially, don't know that even though you're also a minor, you are still technically creating and distributing
child porn.
CP. Yeah. Those pictures somehow get out if she breaks up with you and posts them. Yeah. You could both get in trouble. You could go to jail. You could be labeled a sex offender. Yes, you as a minor could be labeled a sex offender because you sent pictures to another minor.
True.
And that's what like 90% of this app is. Minors getting each other's links and trading and whatever the like, how do the creators of this app not see that? How do they do see it. They don't care
That's
because
right.
they're bundle. So
Exactly.
what can we do about this? One particular promising solution pending before Congress is the Kids Online Safety Act.
Yeah, but the Kids Online Safety Act is scary for other reasons.
A partisan bill that establishes a duty of care for online platforms likely to be accessed by children.
Yeah, the fear for these are now these platforms might need to do like straight up ID verification on literally every single individual.
Listen, of course I think government regulation is absolutely necessary to keep corpos in check. If not, they would just do a bunch of immoral, evil shit for money. However, I do not trust the government to handle anything regarding
Censorship.
free speech.
Censorship. That's the main issue. Because the government will be like, listen, guys, we want to protect children. So therefore, we're not going to let you talk about how white people are actually not bad guys. All right? Listen, in order to protect censorship, we're not going to let you criticize Muslims anymore. you know? I noticed you called out a man named Mohammed for raping a child. We're going to be banning you now for Islamophobia.
And the internet. Listen, in a perfect world, the government would step in and make the internet a safer place for children. But we do not live in a perfect world. We live in hell world. And in hell world, anything the government gets its grubby little hands on turns to shit. It will go from, we're just protecting kids to, we're just protecting adults from bad opinions.
That's right.
It will go from, sorry, little Timmy, you can't watch fat booty Latinas in space.
I mean, to be honest, I don't know if any of you saw this, AOC recently said she wants to run for, well, she didn't directly say she wants to run for president, but she wants to run for president. And one of the things that she wants to do, I'm gonna find it. One of the things she wants to do is this.
Congress. You know, I do think that several members of Congress in some of my discussions have brought up media literacy because that is a part of what happened here. And we're going to have to figure out how we rein in our media environment.
We have to rein in our media environment, guys.
You can't just spew disinformation and misinformation.
You can't just spew facts that we view as not true. Like, for example, you can't say that there's two genders on the internet.
It's one thing to have differing opinions, but it's another thing entirely to just say things that are false.
All right, so what if your opinion is you want another Holocaust? What if that's your opinion? All right, what if that's your opinion? That's an opinion. You have the right to an opinion, but I have a feeling that guy's going to get banned. Now, the question is, how much further are we going to get? How much further are we actually going to get?
And so that's something that...
The reality is we all know what this means. This all means that if you criticize immigrants or Muslims or something like that, you're going to end up getting absolutely obliterated. And if you criticize COVID, right? Remember COVID? That was the big one, right? If you criticize COVID, they'd ban you. They'd say like, wait a second, I don't know about these vaccines. Yeah, well, we're going to ban you. We're going to ban you from everywhere now for disinformation.
Phase 12 to, sorry, grown-ass man, you can't post that opinion about Israel. But I don't know, you need a government ID to buy alcohol or weed online. Why shouldn't you also need a government ID to watch porn or access apps like this? I don't really know. I kind of like go back and forth on my opinion of stuff like this. I don't really have a fleshed out opinion of this yet. My husband has not given me my opinion of this yet.
Based woman! I'm kidding. But the reality is, so I have a really hot take regarding porn. All right, I have a really, really hot take regarding porn. And I know people are going to be mad at me. And I think a lot of people are just generally upset about this kind of thing. Because I agree that censorship is bad, but dude, porn should be illegal, man. Porn should be just treated like online prostitution. It should be treated like prostitution. Anywhere that prostitution is illegal, porn should be illegal. I literally don't see any difference. I know, but censorship, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope. My incredible hot take is, it's really not a slippery slope. My incredibly hot take is, I just think it's prostitution. And I know that this is such an unpopular take, and I know that it's unpopular because not all my takes are popular. I just say what I think, and we just kind of let it roll. Like, I know Asmongold is super against this whole ideology. Asmongold says that, porn is free speech, it's art, just like anything else or whatever. It just shouldn't be accessible to minors. But I really think it's just prostitution. The same way prostitution should be considered freedom of speech, but it's not, and it's banned in most of the United States. I think the same should be for porn, for example. And I know know that a lot of states have like age verifications at this point, like Florida, whatever, but I don't think that's enough, because I think it's pretty bad for adults too. That's my nuclear take is, just because you're a consenting adult, that doesn't mean that everything you do is fine. And I know that this is like a big leftoid mentality, is that, well, it's just consenting adults, what's the problem? And I'm really tired of that line of thinking, because, you know, some things are immoral even if you're just a consenting adult. Or then you end up like Cenk Younger advocating for having sex with horses if the horse enjoys it too. He literally said that. Leftist pundit going out and saying that shit. And I'm really tired of that, because no, I think that's not appropriate. I think that's fucked up. So I personally am kind of on that area. And just like I think that all this gambling stuff, like this globalized gambling prediction market thing, in my opinion, I think that should be illegal wherever casinos are illegal. I think that should just be considered an online casino, and I don't think that should be legal either. Anyway, these are just my opinions on the matter, and they're very unpopular. And I know that they're unpopular, but that's just my thoughts, and I have the right to freedom of speech, so I have the right to say my thoughts. But I think that it should be treated the same way. Like OnlyFans, that's just prostitution. It should not be legal anywhere prostitution is illegal.
All I know is it is ultimately the parent's job to monitor what their kids are doing online.
True. You're right. Absolutely. But what if society fucking sucks? And what if society is endorsing parents to divorce each other and not actually pay attention to their kids? What if, in fact, society is teaching parents that actually raising your kids to have hedonistic, debaucherous lifestyles is actually the mainstream opinion? So what if, so I don't understand why is prostitution a bad thing then? Why shouldn't we let, if parents don't mind the kid going out with a prostitute, you get where I'm going with this, man.
In my opinion, something like this shouldn't even exist in the first place. Like, imagine, yeah, we created meth for kids. You as a parent, you know, you keep your kids away, but, you know, the meth for kids is here. You know, if they want it, if they want to buy it. Like, no. Also, like, the parents are giving their kids iPads right out of the womb, dude. These little motherfuckers can't read. Australia is actually enforcing the first social media ban for kids under 16. These are the platforms being banned in Australia: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, X, YouTube, Reddit, Threads, Kick, Twitch. And
see, like, banning YouTube for kids under 16, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna happen, let alone work. We'll see where it goes. I just think they shouldn't be allowed to make accounts. I think that's one thing that I think needs to be implemented everywhere. I think everywhere it needs to be done this way. You know, I think kids shouldn't be able to make accounts at all under 18. If you're under 18, I don't think you should be able to make an account on social media.
And these are the ones that are still allowed: Steam, WhatsApp, Messenger, YouTube Kids, Pinterest, GitHub, Google Classroom.
All right, YouTube Kids is still there. All right.
Lego Play, Roblox, and Discord.
What are we doing? Are you kidding me? Dude, Discord is just groomer central. No.
I'm sorry, stop. You want to protect children, and you didn't ban Discord? Also, wow, I almost forgot. Roblox is also trying to become a dating
game. I literally showed that
website. Yeah. Roblox, the game mostly used by children. I feel like kids are in such.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, my nephew comes over every time. He's so excited to play Roblox with me, and every time I'm like, oh my god, and I just download Roblox so that we can play some Roblox together. And he loves Roblox. He's 8. He's 8 years old, and he loves Roblox, and, you know, we're playing Roblox, all of his favorite games, like, bullshit garbage, and you see the chat. There's, like, a chat in the corner of all the fucking games, and there's a chat, and people are fucking gross in there, and they're asking for private information, and just asking to meet up with them, and maybe we should be able to talk more on another site, and asking things, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is crazy. It's insane.
To rush to be adults today more than ever.
Also, I literally don't get the appeal. Roblox is like trash. I'm sorry. I'm just saying it. Roblox is garbage. It's a terrible game. All right? But there are so many options. Yeah, but each one of those options is worse than the game that it's a knockoff of. So literally, why would you play Roblox?
I think because, like, social media and influencers. Oh my god, apparently the most popular jobs for children that they want to be when they grow up are, like, streamer and, like, YouTuber. Yep. We're so cooked, dude. I swear to god, if my kids come up to me and they're like, I want to be a YouTuber like mommy. Nightmare. No, you're going to college. You're getting a degree. You're not going to be an e-girl. You're not going to be a streamer. You're not going to be the next Asmongold. You're going to be normal. I've said this before, but, like, my kids are not even going to know the internet exists. I'm going to raise them as if it is 1875. And God forbid, like, a phone rings in our house. What is that strange bird I hear? Personally, I had unrestricted access to the internet when I was growing up, and I turned out fine.
That was probably the best joke of the entire video.
So that was that video. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so no, anyway, nah, bro, it's crazy, dude. So yeah, no, obviously I think that internet limitations are super important, especially today. I also grew up with unrestricted internet access, and now I'm a blue retard. That's crazy how that happened. But no, the reality is we need to do, and the internet's a lot worse, by the way, right now. The internet is a lot worse right now than it was when I was a kid. It's way worse now than it was when I was a kid. And I do think that you need parental supervision for sure. For sure, for real. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I thought that was a good video. No, I do think that there is an issue in society with, you know, kids dating. Epstein, Lamau. Yeah, no, I do think that there is an issue with, like, the kids dating world, because I do think that there is a concerted effort among, like, these elite retards to rape kids. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, man.